Tell us about Jeff Astle Day, as far as you're concerned. What's this represent?
Well, it's obviously it's the a foundation, a charity. I think the people in this country are absolutely wonderful. I think we've got the greatest country in the world for fundraising. I think if you have a look at the millions and millions of pounds that this country actually gives to charity, all different types of charities, every year, again, is something that we don't talk about, something that we don't pull ourselves up enough about. And Jeff's, I'm sure, will be a great success. I didn't know Jeff. I wasn't, lucky enough to meet the fella, but I can remember the goal at Wembley, and I also can remember the chance he missed in the World Cup in 1970. So, he was a great player, and he's attached to this football club. He's part of the fabric of this football club.
What's it going to do to the day? I mean, you still need.
Well, we've concentrated on the game. The club have been absolutely wonderful. The stuff that they've done, the way they've set it up, the way they've organised it. I think it's going to be an absolute wonderful day tomorrow for everybody. What we've got to do, we've got to put the icing on the cake by trying to get 3 points.
Is it going to be distracting at all? Cause
I'll let you know afterwards. I hope not. I don't think the players have been involved in it this week, so they should have their minds on just doing what Jeff would want most, getting the 3 points.
I'm guessing you're hoping it pulls everyone in because the noise factor.
Well, it's a full house, and there'll be a great atmosphere there. And when that 9th minute comes up, that'll be pretty special, I'm sure.
Now, after last week's game, I was talking to a couple of people who know you, and we all agreed that if your players hadn't known what you're about, they would by the end of that discussion at the end of the game. Is that fair to say?
We were disappointed. We've looked at it. We've looked at everything that all the stats and everything leading up to the game, and why after such a good run of games we've played. And there's certain reasons and certain situations that have occurred over that 2 weeks that might have affected the players or got their minds moved away from what is the most important thing, and that's winning games, winning matches. So we've talked about it this week. We've been very positive in trying to sort it out and get it done. And we have a job to do on Saturday against a team that people talk up and talk down teams in this league. You win 2 or 3 games, and Leicester can. They're bottom at the moment, but they can get out of it. Don't worry about that.
Did all those results? Because we were talking just a couple of weeks ago, and we were throwing it at you. 3 points, Tony. You're safe. West Brom safe. Did that affect you? Did you come away and say to the players, we're not out of this yet?
No, I said that before the game. I've been saying that. It's not just getting 3 points. It's getting to 40 points. I think we've got the games left to get to 40 points, and that's what we should be aiming for. I think the thing that you just need 3 points and that's it, finished. That's not the way to look at it. And again, that was something I spoke about.
And the one thing that everybody says about Leicester is that they've lost some games, but they never look like they're out of a game, do they?
No, to be honest, I think the owners, have been absolutely wonderful. They backed Nigel, to get out of the Championship. They spent a lot of money getting out of the Championship, and he took them out of the Championship. He fulfilled his part and his role. They've struggled a little bit this year, and they've stuck with him, and I think they deserve a lot of credit. Nigel's a good football man. He knows his stuff, and he's a good man as well. I like him. So he, he'll be still hoping and praying that the results will go for him.
You see the pressure affecting him. What the pressures of the Premier League are like. He's had a few blow-ups this season. Last year he was the nicest man in the world because he was winning the Championship. Have you seen him get affected this year, and do you understand it? People get frustrated, and especially with obviously decisions. We've just been talking about decisions in the game that your players can't affect, and that is decisions that maybe the referees have made. And if you haven't got a call back, you can't rectify it, and taking it on the chin is difficult if you're doing it week in, week out. So Nigel's. He's got experience. He worked with Brian Robson a long time ago in the Premiership, so he knows the score. He knows what is needed and what's necessary. So they've done well. If you look at other clubs and what other clubs do and everything else, they've done well to stick with Nigel, and I'm pleased that they have.
And of course, you'll know what this place is about, I mean, because he was part of that Great Escape team, as you say, with Brian Robson.
Yeah, he'll have great memories of that, I'm sure.
And you say 40 points. I mean, what do you think of those results last week? And you know, can it keep on going? Is it just going to go a bit to the wire?
It doesn't make any difference what other teams are doing, Pete. I think the most important thing is to concentrate on what you're doing, be very, very focused and very single-minded, and get the points yourself. Once you get your points yourself, irrespective of the other results, you can sit back and watch the other results then happen. But you've got to be focused, and you've got to be really, really bob on in respect of knowing, what is necessary, and that is every game to be 100% ready to go out and play a game of football.
And just finally, who's fit, who's not?
Yeah, we've got a couple of niggles, a couple of niggly injuries. We're training late this afternoon just to see if we can get as close to the game as possible before making decisions.
Who's got the niggles?
I'm not telling you, Pete.
Is it me personally, or just?
No, you look fine. The sunshine's done a great job on the top of your head, mate. Oh, Pete!
Good luck, I'm sure my mum watches it.
Who's got the number 9 shirt on Saturday?
I'm not telling you.
Oh. Anichebe came off the bench, had a good 45 last weekend. He can be great, he can be quiet. How key could he be in the next few weeks to you, Tony?
Now he's very important. Obviously, we've only got the 3 strikers. We've got Victor, Saido, and Brownie. So we need the 3 of them playing well.
And of a fighting Anichebe, what could he bring?
Well, like you say, second half he played very well. Brownie worked very hard first half. And when we changed the second half, we looked a better team going forward. And it's just making sure that I think more mentally than physically now that the players have to be prepared.
And your chairman this week, or there's news that your chairman has reiterated that the club is up for sale, and if you can get a sale by July, then it will be done and dusted. Have you had any discussions with him about that?
No, I think the most important thing that I'm paid at the football club to get results on the football pitch, and that's my job and my responsibility. The one thing I will say, and I've only been here a short time, is that if he's going to sell it, then he'll sell it to people who want to invest in the club. I don't think he wants anybody coming in who are not going to invest in the club, and he's made that clear to me. That was the main point he's made to me, and I think the fact that he's put it up for sale, obviously everybody knows now. If someone comes in and he does a deal, then I should imagine there'll be bolt-ons that they have to invest within the club.
And does that have any effect on you and the team in the run-in?
Well, not on me. And like I say, at the end of the season, if they change ownership, then obviously you have to sit down and speak to the people. That's very, very relevant to me. But I think that Jeremy, he's a massive West Bromwich Albion supporter. He's been here a long time, and he's done a lot of very, very good things to this football club. So I don't think he wants to see his legacy blown away.
And just finally from me, I know you can't bring anyone in because you've got 2 fit keepers, but have you made inquiries if the worst were to happen?
Well, we've made inquiries in respect that we know there's 1 or 2 keepers available. That if that happened, then we could go to them, but we haven't actually approached anybody yet.
Okay. Thank you, Tony.
No problems.
Are Brown and Saido fully fit now, or as near as damaged?
Well, he's trained all week, so hopefully now he'll be, because he did sort of like the 2 of them were carrying knocks last week. Saido, obviously Victor hasn't trained for a long time. So to get Brownie through 90 minutes, to get Victor through 45 minutes was a big bonus for us.
Don't expect any problems with them now.
Brownie?
Fingers crossed.
No, I hope not.